Welcome to Paul's Power Pie. And guys, today I'm driving. I told you I have a car and I am driving. You see, you people don't believe me. And today I'm having a homemade car. PS anyway. So karibuni sana to my show. And first, before we continue, do me a favor. Hebu finya hiyo kitu imeandikwa subscribe hapo hivyo. Umemaliza. Go to the like part. Finya. Now you can share. You can share the video. In fact, you can comment something there. So today we are doing one of the most amazing shows. I'm not doing it in the studio. I'm not doing it in a restaurant or something. I'm going to do it at home. And as you see, I'm really enjoying. In fact, I'm really enjoying my tea with Paul's Power Pie. So, guys, first things first. I know the weather is for two, but wewe na best yako, wewe tu na best yako, mkipata ka best kengine, mimi sito kwa baby shower. Me, I'm not coming for baby showers. I'm not coming for those things. So as you continue to enjoy, please, with your best, mkipata ka best kengine, I'm not coming for baby showers. Number 2, saizi sitaongea watu wa pipeline, sitaongelea vibaya na watu wagashie kwa sababu mafuriko imepata kila mahali. So what I can say is just be careful. Be very, very careful about everything, because right now you can be breathing healthy, good and well, and then all of a sudden unapata uko at the river. So just be careful. When you muna swim kwa nyumba, poleni sana. We are really very sorry for floods, and we pray that the rains becomes averagely, something like average, so not that much. So today we are having a great show, and we are talking about one of the greatest inventions in Kenya. We are not in Canada, we are not in US, we are in Kenya. So we have one of the best inventions, and guys, we said, Kipchoge said that the sky is the limit, or no man is limited. I think he said no man is limited, and I think that it's true, no man is limited. And today we are having an invention of our Kenyan brain. We are having a PlayStation which is wooden, and it works efficiently. As you have seen me driving, as I always tell you, I'm driving. It is really a very entertaining and inspiring invention of the greatest time. And today we are going to discuss about that in like 20 minutes, and to talk about how it was invented and how it works and how it really, functions. So karibuni sana to my show. Please don't go anywhere. Stay there, stick there, and we can do this. To play PlayStation hapa kidogo. So just as I told you, today we have this invention. I'll let tunaongelea mambo mingi sana. So let me introduce my guest. Karibu sana to Paul's Power Pie. Is it me who wewe unafaa kunikaribisha ama mimi ndo unafaa juu niko kwako? Niko kwako bana.
All the same.
All the same, yeah?
Welcome.
Introduce yourself manze. Kwa wase manze, tunakuitanga aje?
Okay, hello guys. I go by the names John Maina, and I'm here today with Paul.
Yeah.
Doing a great show. So that's me. I can say I'm just a DIY guy.
DIY guy. Afadhali kila kitu.
A DIY guy, yeah. That's just what I do basically.
Yeah, karibu sana.
Welcome.
And karibu sana, and today we are having a very great invention, and we are going to discuss. It's your invention, but actually by the way, madam anitangwa John Maina, JM, ukitaka kumwita JM, JK live, JM. Okay. Unaona pesa malizi nyingiana, JM JK. So karibu sana by the way. So today we are talking about this PS by the way, ulitengeneza. Wewe ndio ulitengeneza hii kitu. Ukweli urongo?
Okay.
Manze, it's such a good invention. Actually, free time tunajua tunakujanga play stuff like manze, So it's good to have leisure time and self-care. So one of the questions, why did you come up with this idea? And what was in your mind? Did you come up with an idea kama hii?
Okay, so I conceived this idea a while ago. So originally I'm a gamer, but I mostly do driving simulators. And when you do driving simulators, it's something you want to acquire. Maybe it's always a dream to acquire the racing wheel.
Yeah.
Because that's the top point when you are a driving simulator gamer. So I've always wanted to acquire that, but the thing is that the production wheels, the Logitech, the Rustmaster and stuff, they're usually very expensive.
Yes.
To be honest,
Yeah.
in fact, from what I've seen, from speaking from experience,
Yeah.
in our country today, Kenya, for example, only for me, for the people I've interacted with, for the time I've been gaming, statistics say only less than 5% of gamers can actually afford to purchase that wheel and be able to use it. So you can see it's very expensive, because for example, the Logitech wheel, together with
you know you're using very big terms when you're talking about the wheel. You're talking about this one.
Okay, so this is the wheel.
Yeah, this is the wheel.
Yeah,
first label the parts of a grasshopper. This is the wheel. This is the wheel.
This is the wheel.
Yeah. So it's okay.
The steering wheel of a car. I think everyone understands that.
Yeah,
and then we have the shifter here.
This is a shifter.
The shifter. So for me, I play truck simulator games, and if you've driven a truck, or if you know about trucks, you know that trucks mostly have around 12 gears, depending with the model of the truck, from maybe 6, 8, 10 gears. So for this shifter, we have a 6-speed shifter in a 6+1 arrangement, where we have 6 gears and a reverse. And then
6 gears and a reverse.
Yeah, 6 gears and a reverse. That's the reverse. If you've driven a car, you know that that's the reverse.
Guys, I have driven cars. Please don't stop looking at me like that. Well, usitome hapa. Unajua nimekuwa nikidrive hii.
Okay, so
continue.
That's reverse, and then we have 6 gears. They come in the arrangement 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But now, because mostly, speaking for myself, I usually drive trucks. A truck, for example, the one I'm driving right now has 12 gears. So there are these buttons we use to split the gears. So if these are 6 gears, so when I turn these up and come back to the first gear position, it comes to gear number 7, and then 8, and then 9, and then 10, and then 11, and then 12. There are also American trucks which have up to 18 gears. So there's also that button here. So this is what we use if you're driving an American truck. So after you have the 12 gears, you can also turn this up, and then you go back to the first position. You will have your 13th gear, and then 14, 15, 16, 17, and then 18. So that's how you drive a small car. If you're driving a small car, basically has maybe 5 or 6 gears, you won't need the buttons. But if you're driving a truck with 12 gears, you need this one.
And the other
one.
And
then if you're driving 18 speed, you'll also need this one. So you'll need the both of them. So, okay, so that's how this works. And then we also have pedals.
The pedals,
maybe it's going to show you them in the video. You have pedals. Right now I'm using 2 pedals. That's the arrangement I'm using right now. But I also have another one I've built. It's right here. I built it, but it has three pedals. So for that particular one, you can, if you really want real simulation, you can be able to balance clutch and the accelerator. For those who understand driving very well, you also have that option. So if you use that 3 pedals, you'll be able to balance the clutch and the accelerator, and it makes the game more realistic.
All right, that's a really amazing one. Guys, we have labeled the grasshopper, so we are here now. So what came in your mind first as you invented this?
So like I was saying, the fact is these things are very expensive. For example, the Logitech wheel, right now retails at a price of about 60,000 Kenya shillings.
60,000?
Yeah, 60,000 Kenya shillings. So it's beyond the reach of most of us. though we still want to enjoy the game, like those who have bought it. So that's why I decided to try to develop my own wheel. And also I developed it for two reasons. One, for personal use, like right now, and also for commercial purposes. I also want to develop them and sell them to my fellow gamers, so that they can also get to enjoy the games at a cheaper price.
That's really amazing. That's really amazing. It's for personal use, like us, we use it. So it's for ours also for personal use. Sindio? See, we are welcome always also to enjoy. So it means that when you say that it's for also commercial use, it means that you having transactions with people about the whole thing. So do you have real customers that you work with, partners you're working with, and all that?
So I've recently ventured into the commercial side of this. So right now, if a gamer wants me to build something like this for them and sell it to them, of course I'll do it. So I usually build them and sell them according to customer. If a customer orders it, we agree on the price, and then I'll just build it for them. I've been building gaming controllers for a while now. It's been about a year since I put my first product on the market. Since I built something and sold it, it was a shifter knob. It was a shifter knob. So this part alone, I sold it to a guy who had production shifters, because the production shifters don't come with a knob that has buttons. So that's the first product.
So you've sold already. So guys, after here we have been taken out. We have money here. Kukuna pesa mingi huku. So we have money. So actually I really love it by the innovation and all that. Maina, do you have a degree which gave you this skill of kutengeneza vitu kama hizi?
It's a weird question. It's a weird question. I get asked that a lot. Because in our world today, we have that mentality that people expect, when you're doing something great like this, people obviously expect you to maybe have a degree or have a master's degree or in something like maybe engineering.
For you have PhD.
But the truth is, for me, I did not pursue tertiary education. I'm a high school level. I just did my Form 4 exams, and that was it with education. That's where I wrapped it up.
Maina,
yes,
you don't have a degree, you don't have skills, you didn't go to an engineering class, but you invented all these things. How?
Okay, so if you say I invented these things, that's not very correct. Because to be honest, I didn't invent anything. I just learned these things from YouTube. Even if you yourself want to learn these things, the good thing with our world today is you can learn almost everything from YouTube. Even if you wanted to learn how to fly an airplane right now, you can go to YouTube and you learn. The question is, is your brain able to process that information? So that you can understand it. So that's how it is. So I didn't necessarily invent anything. I just learned from YouTube, and then combined it with my creativity and my skill and my know-how, and that's how I'm able to come up with something like this.
Wow. I really like the part you've said, information processing. Sometimes we read a lot of information through the social media, and we have a lot of information. Because TikTok has a lot of information. So almost all social media have a lot of information stuff. So processing the information to get into the what you have to invent and what you have to use, how to use that information is really a very important thing, and I really like that part. So actually, we are living in a society right now whereby we think for you to be to be doing something, you have to be certified. Unapata umesema for you to fly that knee, you have to have a license. Hata kama uko na information, hata kama unajua kufly, hauwezi fly. Hauwezi fly juu hauna license. So we are living in a society whereby the certificate, the books, the school is everything. What's your thought about that?
Okay, that's true. That's true in a certain point of view. It's true.
Yeah.
You need education to survive.
Yeah.
To do basically anything in our world today. But that also doesn't mean that when I say to do certain things, I mean like you need basic education.
Yeah.
For example, you have to learn simple mathematics, simple English. We're using English here.
Yeah, actually.
You have to learn that in school.
Like Swahili.
But, you know, we live in a world today where we have, especially among the youths, we have a very rogue mentality that if you don't have, if you haven't pursued a tertiary education, that is, if you don't have a university degree or stuff, you feel like you don't belong. You don't belong anywhere in this world. You feel that you cannot do anything, and that's very untrue, because you really, so long as you have the basic education up to, let's say, like high school. I'm not encouraging people not to go to
tertiary education.
To pursue tertiary education, of course. But what I'm trying to say is, of course, some of us weren't lucky enough to be there. To be there. So it's for those of us who weren't lucky to be able to pursue tertiary education. It's not the end of the world. You can. There's really a lot you can do out here. There's just endless possibilities. That's true. Really a lot you can do out here. So even without that degree, even without that masters or whatever.
I think it's a matter of motivation, determination, goals, and all that.
It's a matter of, in fact, there's something, although there's something it's not something I'm really proud of, but actually it's some good number of years since I finished high school, but I've really never even
good number good number
I won't say exactly
good number is if you are very old. You are not very old, very young. So
I'm not very old and also not very young.
Okay, good number. Let's continue.
But I've never picked even my Form 4 certificate ever since I came from high school. Because
you don't have it?
No, I don't have. Currently now,
and you eat?
Now I don't have it.
And you eat and you pay rent and you are living?
I'm living.
So that part of that piece of paper doesn't describe who you are. Doesn't define who you are.
It doesn't define you. You can go out here, you can do great things even without education. So if you've not had the luxury maybe to pursue maybe tertiary education or any kind of education, it's not the end of the world. You can do really a lot out here. So
that's true. And I am even thinking about, I think in the future we will have another generation. Not this Gen Z naongelelewa saizi. Another generation of someone who is all going to tertiary education, but they are doing their own thing. They are earning. They are doing something.
We actually coming to that. That's why even the education system itself, you can see the CBC. The CBC teaches you how to do things like this and earn your own money even without using things like your Form 4 certificate or your degree or your master's degree or waiting for someone to employ you. Basically skills you can use to earn your own money. It's that simple.
Actually, that person out there who graduated and they are waiting for a job, utateseka kidogo out there. Hadi Deputy President there's a time he said there's no jobs and we don't have jobs. So I think it's a matter of, I think education should be used to kukuchanua tu. It's like an exposure.
Of course you need education because for example, you can say most of the things I'm using here, it's have to do with computers. Of course you can't operate a computer to begin with if you've not been to school. We are not saying that you don't need education, but it's good to have the basic education.
Yeah, basic education.
It's very important.
Yeah.
But it's also good to have other skills
Yeah.
that you can use to earn a living aside from your education and the papers you have.
Yeah. Exactly. That's true. That's true. Thank you so much, Maina, for that, and I really appreciate your information about that. We've known that you don't have to, okay, the education, the basic information is very important. But basically, if you actually you didn't get it, if you got a knee, you got a what, we have a lot out here you can do. You have a lot. The world is full of opportunities. The world is full of opportunities. Actually, you just took an opportunity like this and you started building something like that, and you're out there selling some good stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
We know that everything has challenges out here. If someone is making something out here, they got challenges. Industries have challenges. I don't know what challenges you get when you're making these things. Ama is a free ride. Pia mimi nikatengeneza yangu.
No, it's definitely not a free ride. So some of the challenges I've been facing with these things, first to begin with, like we said, this is not for the technical part of it, it's not a knowledge you're born with, so you have to learn it.
Yeah.
You have to learn from the internet stuff. There's a lot, apart from the part where I build these things with maybe wood, there's also the technical parts of it where it involves how you get to connect it to a computer and it gets to work, so you also need to learn that. So the other challenge has been acquiring some of the raw materials is really a challenge in our country.
Yes.
So most of the time I'm forced to import some of the raw materials from mostly maybe China, because most of the stuff I use I can't find it locally, and if it's available locally, it's not easily accessible. So I'm forced to import stuff from China, which also takes a while, to ship and to arrive here in the country. So that's also a challenge, because if it was something that's here locally, you just go get it and build whatever you want. But now, because it's in another country, you have to order it and wait for it to arrive. So that's a challenge. Also, developing it, it's been a journey. Developing this thing to a point where it's something I can use like this. I remember you came. There's a time you came to my house in around 2022. Today it's 2024. Yeah. April 2024. There's a time you came to my house in 2022. Yeah. I still had. I had most of this stuff, but it didn't work.
So you connected them, they were not working?
They didn't work.
Yeah.
The whole thing, building the whole thing, it's been a journey, patience. Yeah. It requires a lot of patience.
Actually,
yeah. So it's been a journey, because at that particular time I had the stuff made out of wood, but it couldn't work. So that was the problem. So I had to make it work.
Do you have times whereby you sit here for a whole day, build something, make it, and then all of a sudden it is not working?
It happens all the time. Happens all the time.
All the time.
For example, when I was building this particular shifter, the wiring alone, leave alone building this stuff out of wood, that's simple. You can show them this.
This one. Guys.
Some are built here.
This one.
Some are built here.
Yes.
Something like this.
Yeah.
So this is how I usually build them. So this is just a wooden shell, basic. After this, now we have to incorporate the electronics, which is stuff to do with wires and everything. Now that's usually the tough part. Now that there's a time I spent like a whole day wiring this. In fact, it was
wiring this
same shifter.
Yeah.
A whole day wiring it, and then at the end of the day, I just wanted to play the game.
Yeah.
I just wanted to play the game, and then at the end of the day, you plug it in, and it doesn't work. It's saying, if I said it's frustrating, that's an understatement. It's out of this world. It's a feeling out of this world. It's like building a rocket and it just doesn't go up.
And you have spent your own money.
Yeah.
You spend your time all that time. Oh, I really can imagine that.
Yeah, that's also another challenge. Developing these things also requires a lot of cash and time, so you need to. That has also been another challenge, because you can always just develop these things from nothing. You need to buy some of the components, some of which are, of course, not very expensive, but you need to have money, of course, to acquire them. That's also another challenge.
What makes you not give up?
What makes you not give up? Now, this brings me to something very important I wanted to mention. Passion is everything. One thing I like to tell people, most especially youths who are looking for maybe something to do with their life, passion is everything. When you're doing something you have passion in, you'll never give up. It's just not an option. Of course you'll give up. Even that day after wiring the whole thing, and of course it didn't work.
Yes.
I still kept it away, but after sitting back and maybe thinking about it after a while, maybe 2 or 3 days, I still came back to it, because you cannot give up. If you have passion in what you do, you can never give up. It's usually not even an option you have on the table. So that's part of why it's taken very long to build. Actually, building this thing from scratch, when I started the basics, when I started building just the stuff from scratch to a point where I've gotten to a point where I have something like this I can use in a game, or maybe even sell to a client, it's taken me around 4 years. Today is 2024, I started doing this around
2019.
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe towards the end of 2019, 2020. So it really requires patience, because what you've mentioned is what was happening most of the time. You build it, it doesn't work, you're very frustrated, you just even throw it away. You give yourself time, and then after a while you just come back to it, and then you're able to figure out what you did wrong, and you correct it, and then with the time it works. So that's one thing I like to tell people. If you're really looking for what you can, of course, I know maybe I'm lucky in my situation where I can maybe monetize what I have passion in doing, but it's really something I like to urge people to do. If you can do what you really have passion in, life is going to be very easy. You never feel like developing something like this is a humongous task, because it's something you love. It's something you dedicate all your brain, all your money, all your time, all your strength in. So, and you won't feel like it's because to get to a point where I have something like this, it's really cost a lot of cash buying this stuff. Sometimes you're buying stuff, it's very expensive and it doesn't work, but you can't give up. You have to go to the market again and then get another one, which also might not work, because you see, you're developing something, you're testing what will work and what will not work. So
yeah, I think
it's about not giving up.
Wow, that's amazing.
You just do what you love and not give up on it, and eventually it's gonna work.
Yeah, that's amazing. The funny bit with interviewing your friend, you know them. There's a time you imported the chip, and then it was not compatible. It could not even work.
In fact, today is April 2024. You remember we wanted to do this show sometimes December last year. Yeah, December last year. That's when we wanted to do this show. But I imported the chip. It was actually in December. Due to the November sales, the products take time to arrive. So it took a while to arrive in early January. But when I connected it, it didn't work. So you can imagine the frustration, waiting a whole month for something to arrive so that I can build it and we do a show. And then it comes, I connect it, it doesn't work. Had to go to the market again. I think also the second one didn't work. Had to go to the market at that time. You see,
and still you went to buy the third one.
Yeah.
I mean, really nikaenda kukula mandazi. Hapana. See, that money can be used to eat nyama choma.
Of course,
but when you have the real fire, when you have the real passion, you actually do anything.
Passion, I believe passion is everything.
Passion is everything. That's true. That's true. So, talking to someone out there who is struggling something, just maybe talk to someone out there.
Okay, so what I like to tell people is that in our world today, we, especially in our country right now, getting most of the people have really studied hard, but getting jobs has become a problem. you can always sit back and review the skills you might have and see how you can use the basic skills you have to make something that will give you can earn from, you can get income from, instead of depending on only your papers, which sometimes might not work very well, because we don't have very many jobs in our country today, so the employment rate is very low. So I like to urge people to use the other skills they have to try and make money, earn a living, other means that maybe do not involve using papers.
Wow, that's amazing. The same person who said money is not everything, the same person who said that education is everything, that person need to be looked for. Tutafute tumuone ako wapi, kwa sababu there is kinda something about those quotes. So actually, thank you so much, by the way, for inviting me here, for the tea, for everything, and for being here. I really appreciate your time and your everything. So just get out the meal, guys. Let me show you my skills. I have been telling you here and you think I am joking. So get there. Let's see guys. Okay. So guys, let's go.
Get the parking brake off.
Oh, get the parking brake. All right. Guys, please, it was a mistake. I am good as much as you see. All right, let's go. Okay. Sinaona siko fiti. Niko fiti. Hadi sinaona ninataka niko 5 manze. Hey. Hata kama una driving dreams, I think this one is really amazing. So guys, it's a really amazing thing by the to do, and I really like it. It's a good invention, and thank you so much for watching my show. To that extent, I appreciate your time. I appreciate for subscribing. I appreciate the fact that you've been watching my shows, and no matter what, you keep coming back and watch my shows using your internet, using your bundles and all that. I really appreciate that very, very much. Violence to people who are employed. As much as you're working for that guy, remember this, that your boss will never pay you enough to be their neighbor. It's Paul's Power Pie. Paul Ndilo. Tukutane huko mbele. Let's go. All right. Such an amazing. Kidogo. Okay, let's go. Sinaona niko sawa. Sinaona niko fit. Okay, I think it's a wrap.